So that, what we call that is a C posture. So C posture is when you're kyphotic, or your shoulders are protracted instead of retracted once you're back. You have to work on that in posture. You have to practice posture. It's not something you can't just wake up and say, oh, I'm gonna have a straight back. Particularly if you're at a computer all day for 30 years.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, you've been at a computer for 30 years and you want good posture.
Way too much, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's just the way it goes. It's what you had to do. But anyway, so the swing plane in terms of the cone, you know, the club goes to the inside. The club head should stay on plane. So what it really means is, you know, an on-plane golf swing is pretty simple to describe. If you look at a tour player, the hands and the shaft stay on the inclined plane of the shaft. So the shaft plane is defined as that lower line. When he goes back, he keeps his arms extended. There's no hand action, and the club stays on plane. Well, in your case, you sort of roll the face. You get a little bit underneath there, and then you lift. Pretty good position at the top, really. Very good position. Actually, you know, the swing on the right, now I'm recording all this, the swing on the right is Jordan Spieth. I mean, he's obviously a great player. He's a 21-year-old kid. He's winning everything. Your swing is awesome. I mean, that golf club is in a great position right there. Not unlike him. Obviously, he's 6'1", and you're 5, whatever you are, 10.
I think he's 5. Is he 6'1"?
Yeah, he's 6'1", yep. Your club's coming down here. A little steep. Should be a little more in the middle of that cone. The club head is just a little bit outside the cone. You can see here his golf club's going to come right back down on the plane. So we go up and down the shaft plane. That's what we're trying to do, is swing the club what we call on plane. And that's on plane. Yours is a little steep coming down. But yeah, I mean, that's not a big error, really. I mean, that's a very small error. And you're getting your lower body to rotate a little bit better than when you started. So that's a lot better looking golf swing.
But then my feet are spread apart. I remember your last time.
Well, you got a knee problem. So here's what the problem is. You know, in the best players in the world, if we draw a box from their rear end to the toe, to the right toe, their butt stays back and their right knee doesn't pass over that, doesn't come out of that box. Now in your case, that isn't the case. Now the reason is you got a knee problem, so your right knee shoots out towards.
It's not moving too much.
No, it's not at all. It's looking good. It's moving forward fractionally.
But on the downswing, it's coming off plane, right?
Well, the club's a little steep coming down, but not much. And the great news is your head stays very still, which is a very huge. That's a huge problem for most people.
Looks like I moved it out of the circle, but it wasn't too bad, you're saying? Okay.
No, your head doesn't hardly move at all.
Good. Yeah, I focus on that maybe sometimes too hard.
You see your head move just fractionally.
Okay, so that's not bad movement.
No, that's maybe 1 inch.
Okay.
You know, when I look at players, I see 6 to 7 inches of head movement. I'm seeing 1 inch. Now, he's a pro. His head hardly moves at all, but that's because he's a pro.
Well, you're a pro too. What did yours move?
Well, you want to see my swing? I'll show you my swing.
Probably close to speed, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I don't have a whole lot of head movement.
Okay.
But it does go down fractionally. Here's my swing. I'll put a circle on my head. My club's going to go right on plane there. Up. Drops down just a little bit. But overall, the net effect is very little head movement.
Okay. So it's not like it has to be perfect still, but
no, no. The head does move a couple inches.
Okay.
I mean, it's not going to stay perfectly still. That's not going to happen.
You don't want to sway so like up and down.
We just don't want we don't want your head over here.
Okay.
We don't want your head here.
Okay.
We don't want your head over here.
Okay.
And we don't want your head, we don't want your head up here.
Okay.
As long as it's reasonably still, you're good to go, right? I mean, so.
Okay, so in the swing plane, I'm coming way inside.
You are, and we'll work on that. At the top of your swing, I'd like to see You go inside on the takeaway here a little bit, and then you lift. But I mean, the golf club's in not a bad position. I mean, if you look at my position and your position, I would say they're pretty close.
Okay. So that part I'm doing okay.
You do. You certainly are.
I don't always get in that position. But
And then coming down, you're right. You're pretty much in the cone with your hands, the shaft, and the club head. Now, is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. It's not like, you know, all my club is coming right down back to the original, almost the original position of the shaft. Your hands are a little high at impact relative to address. Here's address. There's impact.
Okay. So it should be pretty close address.
Yeah, I mean, if I drew a circle around your hands, if you look at my swing, what you're going to see is here's my circle around my hands at address, and there's impact.
Okay.
You see the hands are almost right back to where they started.
Okay.
I mean, in a perfect world, that would be ideal.
Okay.
All right, everything I just said was